he's a nice guy, but I want to find my husband. I know exactly what I have to do. Thank you.
Yeah.
The end of the date with Travis, there weren't any sparks.
I was gonna kiss your forehead, but I take another one.
So I just kind of want to see what's popping with Dylan. Since I talked to Kasey about it, I think that she wouldn't mind if I took her guy.
Listen, what the fuck is Dylan doing here?
That cool. Would you like some?
Bitch, you took my man and brought him into your home and like offered him a glass of wine and like had a romantic setting with like candles. Like, you can't fucking tell me that wasn't trying to be a date. Like, bullshit.
Welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and I got another recap for you guys. The One Who Got Away, Amazon Prime, Season 1, Episode number 3. Alyssa gets messier and messier every day, and she breaks the girl code, but we'll talk about that. But if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash that like button, and also feel free to drop a comment down in that comment section below. So let's get ready to unpack all this, because this is moving fast and a lot is going on. So it left us with a cliffhanger where Alyssa had to make a decision about this guy Nelson, as her other guy came in, Travis, and she decided to have a sit-down conversation to pretty much let Nelson know that he's not the one, and that she is sending him back through the portal, which means, of course, he is now removed from the island, as you would say. And unfortunately for him, you know, he wasn't too happy about it, but at the same time, he wanted her to be happy with whoever she chose to be with. So, you know, he walked back through the portal. His time here on the show was pretty much over, which we all expected, that they just didn't fit. Whatever they had back in high school, it just doesn't work right now. So Betty Who decides to meet up with Jeff, also letting Jeff know that he has somebody else that's about to come through the portal. Now, he already has the one guy here that he already went on a first date with in episode number 2. But now someone else is coming through the portal, and, you know, unbeknownst to him, he gonna have a little competition, and we'll see who that is. So now it's Vince's turn. Vince has a date coming up with Eureka. This is his second person, because his first person was Manouche. So he wanted to go ahead and try to explore this particular date. He seems like he had somewhat of a connection. They had a little outdoorsy type date. I thought it was kind of cute. And they went on prom before, but they were with other people. So this particular time, I think they tried to recreate this outdoorsy thing as a adult prom for the two of them. So they had a limo and everything. It was cute. And one of his biggest things that he wanted to find out is if she wanted children, because that is a deal breaker for him if the person that he, you know, is trying to build a connection with don't want kids. Because he want kids, he want a family. Now, I find it interesting that when he asked her that question, she kind of hesitated and was like, oh, is this what they ask on a date? And I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go. But she did say that she does want a family. So I don't know if she was just shocked by the question in that moment. But that's a question that you need to ask, especially since that's considered a core value. And so they, you know, they had a little bit of a spark. Vince, you know, found that Eureka and him have a lot of compatibility.
No way. Hi. Shut up.
So Jeff's guy that's coming through the portal for the second time is a guy by the name of Claude. One of the memorable things Jeff said about Claude is that when he went to Vegas with some of his friends, Claude was the one that actually had him go to his first gay bar. So let's talk about Nigel, because he has a second person that he has to have his first date with, and that is Sarah. They met in Tulum because she was dating one of his friends. And of course, she was off limits at the time. Now, the interesting thing about this situation is that he is still friends with the guy that she used to date. And he has some concerns.
I'd like to get answered tonight in order to move forward with her. Is she really looking for love? And most importantly, are you still dating my friend? Man, under some different circumstances. Like, I was with someone, you were with someone, but the someone that you were with was a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Is a friend of mine.
Is a friend of yours.
So yeah, I've said this several times since I did the last couple recaps. I know these people be giving each other the side eye because folks are interested in their current friends, boyfriends, and girlfriends. Pretty darn interesting. But what we found out is that while they were in Tulum, they was just kicking it in good vibes. She said there was no intimacy at all. That's the guy who she was with, which is her friend. They had a little quick interruption from this big old raccoon, but that was funny. But at least they're not together anymore. So Betty Who pays Kasey a visit to let her know that her situation is about to get even stickier as well, because she has another person coming from her past coming through the portal. Now she's currently having to build a connection from her past with Dylan, but now she's pretty open to seeing what's next.
I don't know. Oh my god, who is that? I can't tell.
So this bald and beautiful guy is Steve. She had taken voice classes with him in the past, and she claimed that even though she was still in her 9-year relationship, she had a crush on Steve, and Steve had a crush on her as well. So they were really happy to see each other. She's really open. Now, the question is, does that make it a little bit more of a competition for the guy that she already have, which is Dylan? So now Betty Who pays a visit to Ashley, letting her know that her situation is getting a little stickier too, because she has a second person coming through the portal. Her date with Kyle didn't go as well as expected. She kind of deemed him as a creep pretty much. But she was not happy about, how he acted on that date. And when Betty, of course, told her that, she has another opportunity and a shot at, another person from her past, she was over the moon excited. So, at this point, all she has to do is just go over to the portal just to see who this person is. I mean, this process is moving really fast. I mean, one day you're in and the next day you might be out. So she's there. She's prepared to see who's coming, and this happens. So when Taylor came through the portal, she acted like she didn't even recognize him until he said, "Remember me from social media?" And yeah, all of a sudden, he's her dream guy.
Like, he was like my Prince Charming coming to rescue me, from Kyle. And actually, I keep forgetting his name. Taylor is adorable.
I'm like, girl, stop. You just misplaced his name in that one statement, but he's Prince Charming. Go figure. So all of the people that came in, Steve was, of course, Dylan's competition. And then, of course, they had a little bit of banter.
And happy to see me, and it's like, I recognize you.
Yeah. Kasey full on forgot Dylan's name.
What?
What's your name again?
Dylan.
Not a good sign. Kasey could be Team Steve.
I was teaching her boyfriend guitar. Someone told me at some point that she had a crush on me.
This is, I guess, my competition.
That's your competition, Dylan, but we're going to see something crazy later on in regards to Mr. Dylan. So stay tuned because it gets really messy. Then there's Claude, Jeff's guy that came in. He's competition against Anthony for Jeff. And of course, Anthony is like, oh my God, what the heck is this place? And then now Taylor shows up, which is Ashley's competition when it comes to Kyle, because Kyle is her first, but she's not feeling Kyle at all. However, Kyle is feel like he's being played because of how that all went down. So let me tell you, this is when it gets real messy. So each of the singles are talking about the people that came through the portal from their pasts and the dates and their connections. Well, Alyssa's not happy with either of the guys. She sent Nelson home and she don't like Travis. Okay? So now she wants to go after KASEY'S guy, Dylan. Now, of course, people are giving her the side eye like, oh, you need to stay in your own lane and not mess with her guy, Dylan. And KASEY put her on notice saying, no, I don't think it's appropriate. I'm telling you it's not appropriate. And no, I'm not okay with it. Well, she claimed to back off and not go after Dylan, but oh, you guys, it gets crazy at the end and you'll have to see it for yourself as you saw in the preview clip. So stay tuned. So, speaking of Alyssa and her date with Travis, they had this, I guess she loved red Mercedes, a drop top Mercedes. So they took this down to their little dating site area or whatever they was doing just for lemonade and sitting around mint leaves. Okay. Well, it seems like Travis is really, really enthralled by her. And the date seems to be going as a friend vibe if you on Alyssa's end of the spectrum with this thing. She still don't see the connection. And you can tell by her facial expressions that she is not happy about Travis. Travis really likes her. And like she said, he's more into me than I am into him. And it really gets awkward when these two, or I should say Travis, tries to go in for a kiss. And she moved her face. He ended up biting her nose almost. Tried to go in again by moving his face downward. And yeah, it didn't go well at all. He was trying to get another kiss, but no. So then we got Vince. Vince has to make a decision. And that's decision to either keep Manoush or continue to pursue everything with Eureka. Well, he decided to take Manoush out for a conversation, and you can tell by Eureka's face, she know what this is. The thing is, I actually thought Manoush and him had a better connection than he had with Eureka. And looking at the previews for episode number 4, I think he's going to regret his decision, but we'll talk about that later. But he did inform Manoush that, he's going to be sending her back through the portal and that her time and their, chance to build a connection is pretty much over. And it didn't end badly or messy. She didn't get upset. She just hoped that, he find, his person and wished him the best. So then we have this date with Jeff and Claude. They're making pizzas. And I think it's the oven brick stove type pizzas. And, they're pretty much talking about their time that they had in Las Vegas. And he was very proud of Jeff being able to, be his true self, especially after coming out to everybody and, everything. So that's how that is going. So let's go back to KASEY and her date with Steve. So because they're in music, she says she want her Jay-Z because she's into, I guess, the video part and music, and he's into playing the guitar. Okay, girl, whatever reference floats your boat. But they really hit it off. And in the meantime, while that's going on, this is with the messiness that I talk about. Now, she told Kasey, meaning Alyssa, that she wasn't going to go after Dylan. Well, she did anyway.
Like, and he just has big dick energy that, like, I'm super drawn to, and I'm here for love, and I'm not going to not take risks in order to get what I really want.
So she thinks Dylan has big dick energy, and they spent the better of the next 2 minutes talking about his BDE, right? I'm like, girl, that ain't how you build a connection. And you know this is going to be messy when Kasey finds out, which she will, and you get to see that in a minute. So now Travis is having a meltdown moment because of the fact that Alyssa is meeting up with Dylan. Because remember, he's from Alyssa's past and he came back for her. And now he is upset that Alyssa pretty much has dropped him for Dylan. And she is just no empathy whatsoever. So Betty, who meets with Vince once again. Now remember, he just sent Manoush home. And Eureka is still here, which is the second girl. Well, there's one more person coming from his past. Man, Vince is a popular guy. Yeah, here we go. So this is Isabel. They met through a happy hour that was at a bar. Now, I'm wondering, she remember him from, because I think he said it's been 10 years. That's crazy. So now we have another crazy situation. This is where Kasey shows up to Alyssa's place and finds out that Alyssa is having a wine and candle date with her guy, Dylan. And Dylan is trying to play it cool and whatnot. Oh, no, we was just talking. There was nothing really going on. She invited me over here. Alyssa was like, yeah, I know what I told you I was going to do, but I need to, explore and go for what I want. To me, for some reason, I don't know, but Alyssa seemed like she is always either drunk or on something. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, for her to just have no qualms about this whole thing and she's just going for what she wants, obviously she is the villain in this season's, series. But she don't care. There is no empathy there. She's just looking at her like, why, whine, cry, boo-hoo-hoo, whatever. I don't believe you and I don't care. And you can tell she has no feelings for Kasey whatsoever. And Kasey's pissed. Kasey's like, how the heck you gonna do this to me? You know that was my dude and you gonna go after him anyway. So I'm telling you, it's getting even messier because there's some other movements going on in episode 4 with other singles, not with the people that they came for.
Would you like some?
So stay tuned for that.
Bitch, you took my man and brought him into your home and offered him a glass of wine and had a romantic setting with candles. You can't fucking tell me that wasn't trying to be a date. Bullshit.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.